Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, approximately about 9:30. I have with me the Director of Public Works, Jim Ryan, and we want to try to give you an update on the oncoming storm that is due this evening, early tomorrow morning, and through today tomorrow. I'm going to have Jim give us a lot of details. Again, I'm asking you for your patience and cooperation. Our men and women down at the Public Works have been working nonstop, and they will continue to do as best they can on that. And we're going to do our best job as we always try to do, and I'm sure that we'll give you the best service that's possible. But again, I believe, Jim, it's our 11th storm?
Yes.
11th snowstorm this year. We have enough salt for this storm. Jim was able to make sure that we had enough, and so we'll be able to hopefully take care of this storm that's going to go through Thursday. Jim, bring us up to date, and I know you keep us up to date with the weather forecast actually on an hourly basis, and can you give us the latest one you have today?
Well, Your Honor, first of all, thanks for having me on. I'd like to bring everyone up to date on the most recent snowstorm and the predictions. As of 9 o'clock this morning, our weather forecaster gave us 7 to 13 inches of snow for this storm. It's going to start sometime shortly after midnight tonight and go on until late on Friday. This is a very long storm. In between, we could get some mixing with some rain and some sleet and some freezing rain. There's definitely a possibility of more power outages, and I really hate to say that, but with this heavy wet snow into the trees, there's a good possibility that we could have some lines come down. You did mention that we have plenty enough salt on hand for this storm. There is a statewide salt shortage in the area, but we were able to get quite a bit of salt in yesterday, so we're in really good shape.
I want to repeat what you said for this storm. We have enough salt for this storm. It was Jim was able, under his direction, to make sure that we had enough for this storm. Salt is not, in my estimation right now, the big problem. The big problem is snow removal. With this kind of wet snow, it's difficult to move. There is a lot of snow, Jim, that's out there that's already piled up. It makes the job twice as difficult. Again, I know I implore you to keep your cars off of the road if you can, in your driveway. And I said it before, and I'll repeat this, and our men and women go out there to plow the snow. People, they shovel out their driveways, and our trucks come by. And it's something that we cannot go over every driveway to make sure they're open, and that's not done on purpose. It's done to remove our snow from the streets. And in some cases, it may have piled on sidewalks where we put it, and we're not going to fine anybody for that.
That's correct.
Because they don't have their sidewalk cleaned because there was snow that, through our fault, put it on your sidewalk. But this is a dangerous storm. The director mentioned about the loss of electricity. Again, power loss, and that's a good possibility. As this morning down in Georgia, they were already, with the ice storm, losing a lot of power down in Georgia, and this is the storm that's coming our way, a nor'easter, as they call it. Jim, I know your people have been working tirelessly, so bring us up to date on manpower and what's going on.
Well, you know, Your Honor, we are a little bit short on manpower, but the men and women down in Public Works have definitely stepped up this year. You mentioned before, this is our 11th storm. When we come in to plow snow, our plow operators work, tirelessly throughout the whole storm. We come in before the storm starts, and we're here all during the storm, and probably 12 to 16 hours after the snow stops before we're able to go home. We've done that, like you said, this is our 11th time this year. The guys are used to it. Every storm's a little bit different depending on temperature and how much snow we get and where we pile it up. But we do try to get every street. We're not perfect. There are times that you would think that we would have this down pat, but when you're using relief plow drivers, sometimes we'll miss a street or they'll forget to do a street. Just give Public Works a call and we'll make sure we get a crew back out there to make sure everyone is taken care of.
And I opened up by saying, please, again, your cooperation is so important for us to get, and patience. I know, I can understand what it's like going through these things, and this year especially going through so many of them. I know myself and council are committed to make sure that our budget is broken, as most of you absolutely have to understand that. That's not going to hinder us in any way, shape. Council has committed to that, as I have, to make sure that the money is moved or whatever we have to do to care for our citizens and to give them that service that they deserve. And that's going to happen. We're not going to pull the plug because of finances or anything like that at this time. It's the safety and welfare of our community. That's what we're going to do. Council's committed to that. And we're going to, as a matter of fact, council, I've spoken to some councilmen this morning, whatever they can do, even if they can do some kind of work to help. And they're committed also. So this is the team effort that we all talk about all the time, and it's the team that's going to win this thing, Jim.
Well, Your Honor, again, thank you, and thanks to council. We do have the funds available. We have to move some things around to make it work, but like I said, we have used over 6,100 tons of salt so far this year.
Wow.
And that's well over $300,000 just in material. You know, you see the overtime that's been coming through from my department. We're almost 50% of the overtime that we spent all of last year in one month. In 1 month, and you got to remember, this is only February. We go through a lot of storms. We go through a lot of thunderstorms during the year, and different things that are emergencies. But we're not going to talk about that. That's not one of our problems. It's not going to be a problem. We're going to make sure that we give all the service we can. Again, we expect to lose power again in different places, depending how this heavy snow and maybe rain changing to ice. Yes. It's all in the mix. It's all in the mix, and could be the worst one of the year, actually, the worst storm. That's what our forecaster has been saying. This is the worst storm of the year. So everyone, remember, if you do lose power, if you see power lines down, you know, call PICO. Don't rely on your neighbor to call. If you and don't go near them. Yes, please don't go near them. But you know, call the police department, call PICO, and get it reported so they know where the power outages are, and we could, you know, take care of it. And I know we have a list, Jim, and I know how you take care of this. If there's people out there that have personally need assistance, whether it be medic or whatever it is on a personal basis, make sure we get there. Make sure our EMS people, everybody is prepared, the police, EMS, fire, the volunteers will be out there, everybody working together. So the team's in place. Hopefully we can defeat this like we do every other one. And Jim, and with all my heart and soul, thank you for the job that you're doing, your men and women down there up to now. And I know you'll continue. And actually you're down people. I know people don't even know that, but our Public Works is down a few people, and hopefully we're going to get it done as you always do. Get as much sleep as you can. I know you haven't been sleeping lately, but as a matter of fact, the director's been out of power at one point for 3 days or 4 days at your own house. So there's nobody that's immune to this type of a storm. So we're there. We're going to be there. We'll be in here 24 hours a day. Do what we can. Try to do your best, the cooperation. And you got the last word. Well, Your Honor, yeah, everyone stay safe. Try to get your vehicles off the street. And if you need anything at all, call the Public Works Department, 633-3733 or 3734, and we'll be here. Thanks, Jim. Thank you, Your Honor. God bless you for all your hard work, and I mean that. And we'll be back, and hopefully if I declare an emergency, it'll be back on your screen. If you don't have power, obviously you won't see it, but that means that we have a state emergency here, and we'll pull the plug wherever we can, make sure we make this work. God bless you. Talk to you later.